Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank y'all for joining me again on the live stream. Of course, we always have a topic. Today is why men fail in the Philippines. I was going to talk about one-way tickets and round trip tickets, which I'm going to do that anyway. But I thought that based on some current events and things going on and some emails and messages I received, we need to talk about this again. Shout out to the NTZ crew. I know Jacob Tanjay won't be on here today. I hope Beach of Life will be on here. Uh, Shout out to all my old heads. I'm gonna give y'all the first shout out today. There's Wonders of Life, Clint Dow. He says, looks like I'm gonna get there at the beginning of the rainy season. DIY Housing TV says round trip. There's Alec Mikado, Nicholas Cherry, Kenneth Jones. What's going on? Any new viewers and subscribers to the live stream for the first time? Of course, if you're going to catch this on replay, the peso is just really shooting up there, man. It's 55.96 right now. It's almost 1 peso increase since the last time I spoke to you people. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's driving that, but it's zooming up there. I know if somebody wrote me about Zamboanga del Norte, is it safe there? And I said, well, that's a big area, Zamboanga del Norte. And then they have Zamboanga del Sur. Well, down in southern Mindanao, Sultan Kudarat is the name of the place. There was a bus bombing today. Now that's close to Cotabato City, not too far from General Santos City. So if you're going to be seeing somebody down in that area, man, be careful. A bomb went off on the bus. Luckily, the bus was at a rest stop, and most of the people got off to use the bathroom or to get some food. 7 people were injured. That's down in southern Mindanao. So if you're down that way, guys, right now, be careful. You know, keep your head on a swivel there. I know it's been a lot of YouTubers fighting lately, man. That's not a good look for us, guys. If the good guys are going to fight each other, who needs trolls? I mean, the first thing that I've got on here, the reason why men fail in the Philippines or Southeast Asia to begin with, this is just my take on it, because we don't listen and take suggestions well. It says, you know, no one can tell me anything. I'm a grown man. I'm going to do things the way I want to. And I think that has a lot to do with this squabbling that's going on with these YouTubers. We can disagree and still get along, man. You know, I just don't think it's a good look for us to be all the way over here, man. We're arguing, man. And somebody sent me a link. I didn't click on it. I don't like to click on stuff because as y'all know, I'm a victim of all that. People make videos about me. You know, if you're a YouTuber out there, you're up and coming. When you start making videos about people, your credibility goes down. I don't care how much people agree with you. This is a community, man. We need each other, because I'm going to tell you, if you continue to grow and you get to a certain point, the trolls are going to come after you, and you're going to need all the support you can get. So, yeah, that YouTubers fighting, man, doesn't look good. They never asked me to be part of those panels anyway. I don't get it. Here I am sitting over here with 50,000 subscribers in the Philippines. They never even asked me. They never even give me a chance to decline. They act like I don't exist over here, and that's okay. I'm not mad at them. I'm not going to make a video about them. I'm certainly not going to fight them. But yeah, that's not a good look, guys. So let's talk about that first thing. We don't listen. We don't take suggestions well. Nobody can tell us nothing. And this is what gets us in trouble. You know, a lot of us, when we get over, remember the average age of an American expat in the Philippines is about 61. I got that from the Philippine Statistic Authority. Now, when they talk about expats, they're talking about retirees. So let me say retirees. Let me not expats, because expats cover a wide range of people living over here. So let me say retirees. And we're set in our ways. And when people try to tell you something, you get offended. It's like, you know, who are you to be telling me anything or to be giving me advice? We don't realize it's a whole different ball game over here, guys. It's not like at home, relationships, whatever it is. And if I can get somebody that's going to guide me across that minefield, which I always try to compare it to, because that's what it is, then hey, I'd rather him lead me than the blind leading the blind. What's up, Will Sutton? Will Sutton says, slow down, guys. The women aren't going anywhere. No need to rush. You can't get ahead of me, Will, because that's on here. And that's the reason why I took down my thumbnail. You know, guys, y'all are going to get in big trouble. You come over here in Southeast Asia with that thirsty attitude, man. You're going to fail. They're going to have you right in the palm of their hands, man. You're going to lose. You can't win with that attitude. I mean, I was just putting it up there, just, you know, just having fun, man. And then Marilyn says, hey, did you read some of these comments? And some of you guys, you're just so disrespectful. You're just so, it's like you've never seen a woman before. And that's what I get. That's the second reason. Women over here. It's the reason why we fail over here. You either meet the wrong woman or the right woman. You just lose your damn mind. Look at this. Here's Rod. Now, I haven't figured out if this guy's a troll or if he's a follower. I don't know. But, you know, he definitely get his money's worth. I'm going to get my money's worth no matter what. But the women just drive us crazy. We lose our minds over here. I mean, if you don't believe me, you go and look at that. I made a little short. It's called Cohabitation is Destroying Relationships. And look at the pushback I got on there. You just want to live by yourself so that you can do whatever you want to do. Well, that's the whole point, you know, but here's the thing. It's a double standard. Okay, me and Marilyn were talking the other night, and she was talking about one of her best friends, a gym buddy who lives by herself, who says, oh, I don't want a boyfriend living with me. Okay, I'm happy by myself. Remember, she's got like a 19 or 20-year-old son, but she lives by herself. She's happy with it, and she gave her reasons for it, right? I let Marilyn go on until she finished, and I'm saying, see, it's the double standard. That's okay for her to want to live by herself and be free, but let me say it that, oh, that's because you just want to go out there and do the things you want to do and do this and do that. No. People are happy when they live by themselves, man. There's nothing wrong with that. What's up, Jeffrey Chatter? King B. Stacker said that's one way to get people's attention. Put the apple on the thumbnail. Well, all that goes into the algorithm, guys. You like YouTube. Don't you realize that I've got friends on YouTube right now, and he had 2 views in 2 days on his channel. And you know why, don't you? Because YouTube pays no attention to people until you can get near that algorithm. And he had 2 views. I was shocked about that. I was like, wow. But that's how I was when I first started out. Hey, King Arthur, thanks for that super chat. Okay, you're going. And thanks for the email today, man. He said, he wrote me, said, I'm just checking in with you, brother, see if everything's okay. He says, as my mom used to say, a hard head have a soft behind. That's right. My mother used to say, you make your bed, you have to lie in it. Okay. And that's what it is, man, over here. We don't take suggestions. Well, if somebody gives you a suggestion, you say, oh, well, I'm 72. I do whatever I want to do. You can't tell me nothing. You're 60. And then they come over here and get rolled over. You know, these little innocent looking women, man, just play games with their heads, man, just run them crazy, man. But we don't take suggestions. Well, then the women over here, because we've never seen a Filipina before. We've never dealt with them before. And when somebody, remember we were talking about the other day, we want a guarantee. So when somebody throws the truth out there and gives them both sides, they get offended and they push back, and then they come over here and reality slaps them in the face. She's got a Filipino boyfriend, you know, she may be married, she may not even want you for real, she's just playing you for your money. But all we're trying to do is help each other. Listen to this, guys. This is a fact. There's a Philippines expat born every minute. Remember, like P.T. Barnum said, there's a sucker born every minute. Well, there's a Philippines expat born every minute. People start watching these videos and get this information, and they start making plans to come over here. I think as vloggers, we have an obligation to make sure they get as realistic of a view as possible to try to help them, man. Otherwise, they're not gonna make it over here, man. It's all this fantasy, it's all this fluff, and you can't win over here with that, man. You can't do it, but I wanted to just let you guys know about that. You know, so people get mad if somebody is selling dreams over here. Well, he's 50% right if all you're selling is fantasy. But you have to give them the other side too. But as far as, you know, we can disagree and still get along, guys. I don't think, yeah, the bathroom door is closed. What's up, Critter Hunter? Billy Willie said, my girlfriend asked who I'm listening to. I said, Calvin. Hey, Cal, what's your email? Let me, it's Cal, CALROACH1 at gmail.com. He said, throw a party. The next meet and greet we're shooting for April 27th. Derek from Q Adventures, he's got a place, man. It's a nice place. It's near Mango Square, but the hours are going to be different. It doesn't open till 5, so it's going to be like 5 until. But if you're in Cebu, and he's supposed to go today to confirm it with the owner. It's got plenty seating. It's a restaurant, bar, full menu, the whole 9 yards. I want to tip my hat to you, Derek. I hope you're watching. But if he gets that, guys, it's going to be good. It's going to be on a Thursday, so right before the big weekend rush in Cebu, it's going to be nice. Yeah, Philly Willie said, yes, on YouTube, we need the thumbnail, hashtag, and tags, and you won't crack 1,000 views until you get 500 subs. That was my experience first run. It helps to show hot women. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Jack? He said, good morning, my friend. Bless you. He said, I completed the move to Dumaguete, but we live about 15 minutes outside the city. Perfect here, quiet and peaceful. Well, actually, I'm here, man. If you're in the city anytime today, me and Merlin came down yesterday for my visa extension. Yeah, I like to sit down with you, man. Starbucks, maybe on the boulevard, and have a nice old cafe Americano. Shutting the, what is that? Shutting from the sky. Thanks for that super chat. He said, can I stay at your house after I trick off all my money on the 18-year-olds? Well, you get 2 nights free, man. Neil Ramratton says, hey, Cal, I'm glad to see your channel growing of all the vloggers in the Philippines. I watch you and the P the most. Thank you, Neil. I mean, that's a compliment coming from you. You one of the guys. You one of them. I can't get anything past you. You're one of them intelligent viewers. If I say something wrong, you're going to be right up on it. If my facts aren't straight, you're gonna let me know. Hey, what's up, Coach J2 Trill? Thanks for that super sticker. He says, what's good, my guy? I'm gonna hit you up later today for that fire stick. Okay, I got sick and I think it has been heat induced. Wow, this heat is no punk. Well, I tried to tell him, Coach J, this is my homeboy from Boystown, Kentucky. But when are you headed to the Philippines? I know you're over in Malaysia. Andrew CJ says, I'm seeing a lot of Western females over here, big ones too. Well, if you go to Sikihor, you're gonna see a bunch of them, but not really big ones, man. If you like blonde hair and blue-eyed Western women, that's where they are. I mean, and these women, they're driving these locals crazy because, you know, they wear these G-strings, man. There's nothing left to be desired. But Critter Hunter said, hey, Cal, you're in town. I'll head to Duma now. Let's meet at Ground Zero. I'll email my phone number. Okay, yeah, that'll work right after my live stream. Because what Maryland's doing, another reason we're here, I finished my first book. It's 5 short stories. It's called The Unspoken Agreement, Stories of Love and Betrayal in the Philippines, Volume 1. And I'm just going to keep releasing them. These stories are based on true stories, but I've changed the names. I've changed some events. I've changed a lot, you know, to protect the innocent, guys. But I'm going to need y'all support. She's looking for a bookbinder now for my hard copies. I've got to get somebody to turn it into an ebook. And I'm going to offer them for sale, you know, and the proceeds will go toward the spin wheel, man. Yeah, thanks, Philippine expat prepper. And now it's like the bug has hit me now. I've already got my first story for the volume 2. And I've got so many stories, man, from my years over here. And I'm creative enough that I can remake the stories with the basic principles still in there without hurting anybody's feelings. Yeah, I do too, man. He said I love G-string. But actually, it's not. A lot of people come to the Philippines to get dental work. A friend of mine, he may be watching. He lives here in Bacone, which is about 10 minutes outside of Dumaguete. He had a full, every one of his teeth, he had dental implants, man. And he looks like $1 million now. I think it was 15,000. But it's for everything. Capital Matrix said, Calvin, what about all of those Airbnb who play sneaky spy cameras and sell it on porn? Yeah, you got to be careful, guys. I talked about this before. And see, I know in America it's illegal, but I don't know about over here. You got to sweep these rooms, man. Some kind of way you can sweep these rooms. Somebody was telling me you can do it with your cell phone. Because they've got a Facebook group that was discovered of Airbnb owners who had cameras in their accommodations, and they were just sharing these videos with each other, laughing and, you know, porno stuff. So be careful, man. I'm glad you brought that up. Yusuf says it was pretty hot here in Nova Scotia the other day. Oh, really? I didn't know it got hot. But yeah, okay. So we talked about we don't listen, guys. We don't take suggestions. Well, can't nobody tell us anything, right? We got this. That's the number one reason we fail. Okay. We think that we can bring our knowledge, wisdom, and everything over here, and it's going to be okay. Not realizing you're in a whole different hemisphere, you're in a whole different culture. Everything is different. It's like you're a little baby. You got to learn to walk again and everything. But we think we don't need any help. By the time they take 2 steps over here, they get blown up over here. And then they want to blame everybody. The women, guys, It can be the right woman, it can be the wrong woman, but the women trip us up over here. And when a guy like me gets pushed back for saying, hey man, I want my own place. We made the mistakes over there. Why can't we learn from those mistakes when we come over here? There's nothing wrong with having your own place. Why did I get so much pushback from that? I can't believe it. Because of what's being told over here, that these women are angels. And yeah, that's true on one side, but on the other side, man, they can be devils, man. They can take everything you got and not bat an eye. Okay. But women are a big problem for us over here. We've made it. Okay. Now I was watching, somebody sent me a link to a live stream the other day. These big time YouTubers over here in Southeast Asia. I mean, so many years of experience, so much that there's over 1,100 people watching the damn live stream, man. Think about this. So much information that they could share with us, the new guys and even the veterans, that the whole conversation was about women. And I'm like, guys, we got to get away from that. We can't make it all about the women. I mean, what about us sometimes? I mean, that's the only thing that disappointed me, because I've never seen 1,100 people on a live stream before. All they were doing was arguing, fighting amongst each other, and it was all about women. And I'm like, dude, it's more going on over here than women, man. Where's the best city in Thailand for me, or in the Philippines for me? You know, where can I get me a nice scooter for a decent price and all that, guys? You know, but all we're doing is talking about women. Man, that thing got old for me. I'm sorry, man. I mean, you know, listen, if you're a YouTuber out there, if you want views, talk about women. If you want a following, man, you give some real life, give your real life experiences, okay? I'm not the biggest YouTuber over here because my channel is piped down. My growth has slowed because I stopped talking about that stuff, man. I've got 5 daughters. I look like talking about women all the time when both sides of that coin is true. Yeah, they got some nice women over here. And when you get a good woman over here, it's as good as it gets. But man, you can run into some frogs over here. You can run into some complete dogs over here that don't give a damn about you. They want you for your money. They want you for that visa. I don't care what nobody says. I've been over here long enough. I've seen it. They smiling in your damn face, man. The minute you turn your back, they're going to take every damn thing you got. D6 Coronet says, hey, Cal, you're right. I live by myself, and I love it. Sure, I got me a lady to kick it with, but I keep her at arm's length. There's nothing wrong with that. See, Merlin, you know, got mad at me the other day. She gave me these funny looks when I'm talking about cohabitation, killing relationship. But then, just last night, she lays it out for her best friend and why it's okay for her to live by herself. I'm like, well, why is it okay for her to live by herself? But for men, we can't do it. We've got some ulterior motive. I'm sorry, man. Hey, the Bachelor of Science says, how do you publish a book nowadays, Cal? It's so many different ways. You can put it on Amazon. It's so many different ways to publish a book. I'm going to self-publish. I'm going to offer it to my viewers and subscribers. This isn't junk, man. These are well thought out stories. I've leaked a couple of them to some of my subscribers who read, and they've given me the thumbs up, man. They say, hey, man, run with this, man. This is a good thing that you're doing. And I don't have nothing to lose, man, from trying everything to gain if successful. But I think they're well put together, and I'm going to keep going with it. Hey, Alex Perez, thanks for that super sticker. Jack Marsh says, right on, Cal, there's more to the Philippines than just a woman. But this is where we get stuck. This is where all the disagreement comes from. We don't argue about anything else. The closest thing, Jack, is cost of living. But it's way down there when it comes to arguing about these women. It's not about the women, man. It's about us. Remember, guys, if you don't hear nothing else on this live stream, the party don't start till we get here, okay? I don't care who hears that. It's a fact. And nobody sharing any information on here is earth-shattering. The stuff we're talking about is old as dirt. People have been coming over here doing this for centuries, man. Why are we coming out acting like it's something new? Like somebody is giving, you know, all this new information. But it's not. He's just sharing his opinion. Dana Middleton, he said, Cal, we don't need to only hear about the highlights. It's the lowlights that will kick your butt and send you home crying and will most likely help you the most, Dana. I'm not going to learn anything if I've got guys around me agreeing with everything I say. Yes, 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 men, right? It's only people who are going to tell you the truth. They're going to say, hey, look, man, I know this woman over here, okay? Or I know that landlord over there. They're going to bully you. When you move out, they're not going to give you your deposit back. They're going to find a reason not to do it. Shouldn't I share that information with you? Absolutely, and that's what I do. If I know of a landlord, if I know of a situation over here that you're going to come out on the back end of it, I'm going to share it with you. It's my responsibility if I'm going to be on YouTube. I can't sell you these dreams, man. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. Thanks, man. He said, besides Amazon, Cal, you can self-publish on Smashwords. Click the like button, y'all. Thank you again, Alex. The Ghost of Pennsylvania says, best married Philippine without kids from another guy there. Well, you know, it's just his opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, but who says you got to get married? Why not date a Filipino? You know, who says you got to get married? Well, you think you're going to lose her? But let's go on to the next one. We always going to come back to these women. They're not going anywhere. But I do want to say that I'm disappointed. That's the only thing about that live stream that I was disappointed because I was like, bravo, man, 1,100 people watching, all these big YouTubers with all this knowledge and experience over here in Southeast Asia. And all we get is a dogfight about these women over here who aren't going anywhere, who are standing still, who, if it were not for us, would be somewhere in the okay shop, you know, buying 20 peso jeans. I mean, we put them way up on a pedestal. And then when somebody tells you about it, you get mad. You know, then when you wake up one day and you've given somebody 3 million, 6 million, 10 million pesos, then you're going to get mad at everybody for saying, hey, man, you should have did it like this. You should have did it like that. But we have no budget, guys, over here. Or the budget we have, we don't stick to it. This is a big deal. This is a big reason why men fail in the Philippines. We just spend until our money's gone. Your budget is not how much money you earn. It's how much money you're going to spend for the month. You make a budget, you set a limit. I'm not going to go over it. This is the only way you're going to be able to save over here because there's two sides to that coin, guys. Many years I overspent over here because I didn't have a budget. I just kept spending until it was gone, until I said, okay, look, I'm not going over this amount. I'm not even going to spend this amount for a hotel. I'm not going to spend this amount over for a meal. I mean, of course, if it's a special meal or something, but most of us have no budget. We're not sticking to the budget we've got. We're just spending our money till it's gone. We're overspending. We don't understand the peso economy. Easiest way to do that is the peso to dollar comparison. We're not talking about the exchange rate. So you're going to give that woman too much money because you don't understand it. In your mind, 10,000 pesos, oh, it's only $180. But to her, that's like $10,000 to a woman in America. But we don't have a budget and we don't stick to the budget. And eventually, man, we go home. Hey, thanks, RC and Jax, for the super chat. So keeping it real, most of us love the idea of being treated like a king. And yes, if you find the right Filipino, you struck gold. But remember, there are 1,000 to 1 looking to assassinate the king. Yeah. And see, it's in the finding the woman that I tried to share my experience, because she's over here. But if you don't want to listen to the suggestions and advice that people have been over here for decades are trying to give you, you're going to experience more trouble, more heartache, and you may go broke before you find the right woman. I don't know how many 10 and 15 million peso losses the average man can take over here. See? So it's in the journey that we try to help you. We say, yeah, she's over here. But man, you know, you trying to walk straight through the minefield, man. You're going to get blown up before you get on the other side. Yeah, it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. So it's very, very important that you have a budget. If you're not used to having a budget wherever you're from, you're not going to come over here and then magically have a budget. But it's a good thing to have. Isaiah Allen said, Cal, make sure you seek out an editor before you publish your book so you have someone able to correct any errors and give professional advice on what to cut, keep, or extend within the book. Yeah, you know, see, this is the disappointing thing about it, Isaiah, because you're exactly right. Okay, a woman that I've known for nearly 30 years, she's an author, you know, she's an editor, publishes books, but she's in America. So I email her on Facebook, April the 7th, send her a copy of my first story, no response. So then yesterday I said, well, thank you for your time. I'm going to seek help somewhere else. Oh, I want to apologize. It hasn't been a good week for me. Okay, so I'm talking to a lady over here. She wants to charge 1 peso per word, you know, without me ever seeing her work. You know, it's like, can you send me what you've done before? So my first story to set up is 6,000 words. So she's wanting 6,000 pesos, which, you know, I don't have a problem with that, but let me see what you've done before. Well, let me see what I'm getting for my money. Hey, what's this? Spinic Danger. It's a great advice. Thanks. Coach J2 Trill said, budget is real. You cannot be impulsive, which is easy to do because everything looks so cost effective. We end up spending on a bunch of stuff we don't even need because we see the low cost. That's a great point. It's a point I've made over and over and over. Everything looks like a deal over here. But if you don't have a budget, and see, when you get with the woman, I even get a pushback on that when I say, hey, she's your biggest expense. They say, well, what do you expect? She don't have a job. She don't have this. I don't care about all that. I'm just telling you that she's your biggest expense. It's like we don't have a limit with them. You know, you got to have a limit with that woman, man, who's not even used to having 10,000 pesos in her hand at one time. Now all of a sudden we're giving millions, man. Diamond rings, gold necklaces, cars, motorcycles. Nothing's off the table from what we're giving people over here. And then when it's all said and done and you hit a bump over here, they're going to look at you like you're stupid. Oh, well, they're going to point you in the direction of the damn embassy. Marvin Dockery says, very few young Filipinos on lady are getting legally married today. And that's been before we showed up. See, this is the nitty gritty right here. We come over here. See, I'm going to do a video about what are you bringing to the Philippines. And I'm not talking about your pension and all that. I'm talking about What kind of bad behavior and bad habits and bad cultural stuff are you bringing over here, leaving, so the rest of us have to pay for it? All that tricking and stuff. See, that's what we're bringing over here, man. We're bringing tricking over here. Tricking, man, trust me, guys, it's been over here for a while, but not to the level that we brought it over here. We brought tricking over here. We've taken it to a whole other level, man. But that's exactly right. We come over here, we want to get married right off the bat. The men over here aren't even marrying these women. You know, if you want to see what these women are really about, look at the men. Okay, the only difference is the men doesn't have a pussy. That's the only difference. They grown up out of the same soil, out of the same environment, man. Watch these men and you're going to figure out the women you're dealing with. But we don't want to take my advice. We don't want to take my suggestions. I don't know anything. You know, it's just like them bloggers. They never reach out to me and say, hey, Cal, you want to be a part of this, these panels that they put together, Thailand versus Philippines, this and this, that. They act like I don't exist, like nothing I say has any value, but they'll put a troll on there. See, this is what, you know, but I'm not mad at them. They can do whatever they want to do. Okay, but they'll put a troll on the damn panel before they'll ask me what I think, because they know I'm going to go off script. They know I'm not going to agree with that sugary bullshit that they putting out there, and that's okay. We need both sides, though. But what makes, you know, what I can't see is these guys have never even reached out to me. Dude, I've got 50,000 subscribers over here. We got a community, man, that's probably about 3,000 strong. Okay, and y'all act like I don't even exist over here. Come on, man. Show me some respect. Hey, Dana, it's a Cal. I think it's important for guys to know when the rainy season happens and how that and what that really means. It's not always rain all day, and there's some good deals to be had during that time. Yeah, well, you've got the rainy season, then you got it's rainy and hot and dry and hot. Okay, there's Michael Beecher Life. Thanks for showing up, brother, because Jacob Tanjay, he's not here today. But the rainy season, he's right. It doesn't rain all day, but remember, it all depends on where you are, Dana. The Philippines is spread out. We're on different islands and everything. The weather patterns are different. Where I live on Negros Island, we don't get as much rain as you do up in Luzon. Man, rainy season is rainy season in Luzon. Yeah, you're going to get all kind of rain. You're going to get flooding depending on where you are, landslides, you know, mudslides, well, I want to say. Here, you know, what's up, Beach of Life? Beach of Life's got a channel, by the way. And I'm going to tell you something, man. I don't know what took you so long. Because not only do you have a great perspective, but you've got great equipment. You know how to, I mean, your camera, all your videos, man, they're like A1, dude. I don't know what you're doing. You owe that to us to give us that good stuff, man. Quit sitting on it. He said, I personally see the most pushback and arguing from the my Filipino guys here. Yeah, always sticking up for themselves, trying to be the exception. Yeah, see, thank you. Because I did a video on that, the exception. You know, we always want to be the exception. Well, that only proves the rule to be correct. Okay, let's say everything you say about your Philippine is true. What about the other 99? That's not true. That's the rule. The rule is, okay, remember that I did that message to the Filipino. I'm not putting Filipinos down. I love Filipino women. They're my choice. They're my preference. But I need to tell guys, these are some of the characteristics that they've been known to show. Okay, I'm not just going to tell you, oh, you know, they'll give you a blowjob 24 hours a day, 7 days a week if you ask them. I can't just tell you that good stuff. I've got to tell you the other stuff. Yeah, you know, they're jealous as hell. And, you know, it's all about them. You know, I got to tell you both sides. My car says 296 watching, only 46 thumbs up. Let's get to work, guys. I just need a friend a few times a week. I like living alone. You know, see, Merlin doesn't realize we got booby, we got a house, we got everything. I'm talking from experience. I'm saying, look, to the new guy coming over here, it's my obligation to give you some more options that you don't have to go along with that script that's over here. It's a script over here, guys. Promise you. There's no way that every last Filipino acts the same way without being a script. It's a script. So if I give you some options and say, hey, look, man, I know how to beat that script. You know, I know how you can keep your peace of mind over here without going crazy, because, you know, you can go crazy over here dealing with some of these women, man. They want all your time, you know, and you just met them. You just came over here. You're leaving from all of that. You don't want all of that. Neil Ramrat said the secret to not blowing the budget is to stop converting everything back to dollars, thinking local cost. See, this is right. This is true fact. It just takes a while to do that. It takes a while to do that, though, Neil. But all you have to do is just set a budget. Say, okay, even in dollars, you say, okay, my pension is $2,000 per month. I want to save $500 per month. I got to set up a budget that's going to allow me to do that. And then I can't go over that. I got to have some discipline. If you don't have discipline over there, you're not going to magically have discipline over here. What saves a lot of us over here, guys, is this. The rent and everything is lower over here. That's what saves us. We're able to save by default, because your rent over in America is $1,000 per month, and over here maybe $300 per month. But after a while, when you stay over here, after a while, and you get comfortable, trust me, you're going to start spending money. You're going to make up that $700 some kind of way, probably by buying this woman expensive ring or jewelry or a motorcycle. You're going to make it up doing something stupid. You ain't got no business. And she's used to riding jeepneys and pedicabs and all that. But now all of a sudden, you're going to come over here and buy that brand new 125 Honda Click. And she doesn't have a license. She doesn't have nothing. No insurance. She don't even know how to drive the damn thing. Hey, Al Rogan, thanks for that super chat. He said, good, keep up the good work. It's appreciated. Thank you so much, Al. You know, it feels good to be appreciated. Yeah, he says up to 328. Hit that like button, guys. I mean, them guys, they had 1,100 people watching. And all they were doing was arguing about women. And what kind of women are over here, and, you know, and this and that. And I'm like, come on, man. You guys got the whole world watching. Surely you can give me something good to take home. Jim Cruz said, question, are e-bikes legal to ride on the street without a license? Well, your license is going to be good for 90 days when you come over here. Okay. And some of these, they do have some e-bikes over here. Some of them are for rent, Jim. So, yeah, a lot of times, trust me, these people, the police aren't going to stop you. Every now and then they'll have a roadblock. They do that. I don't care where you live. They're going to have that roadblock. And I don't know what they're looking for, but they have it. As long as you got that license and some type of registration, you're going to be okay. They're not going to really get deep like we do in America. You know, they don't have their computer there and they take your name and punch your name and see if you're on, see if you got a warrant and all that. They don't go through all that. They just want to see the basics. Mike Dawsonville said, the reason why they didn't invite you, Cal, is because they know they're not on your level. I don't know what it is, Mike. I don't even get a chance to decline and say, to respectfully decline. They got Mike's Philippine Journey on there. He's a troll, man. The guy's a troll. He trolls me. And these guys, you know, like, I can't believe it. I'm just shocked that they would sit next to a guy like that, you know, and get his point of view. And I'm like, well, maybe that's telling me something. But see, I know Chocolate Man is the real deal. I've met him personally before. He is really a good guy. But those other two, I don't know them. I don't know why they would never even say, hey, buddy, you know, I know you may have some information you can share with my viewers. I don't know, man. You got to ask them. But hey, Raj, Abdul Basit, I hope I said that right. Thanks for that super sticker. And I'm terrible with these names, guys. Kamal says, is there anything you can buy in the Philippines with 1 peso? Well, it used to be, you could buy what they consider like a Filipino popsicle, ice candy they call it. But I think they're 5 pesos now. It's not a whole lot you can buy with a peso. A peso is just used for like change, to make sure you got enough change and all that, right? But where we get it wrong is just like Neil Ramrat said, we're always converting things into dollars, okay? This is going to make you overspend, but it's going to take you a while to reach the point where you won't do that. But this is where you got to ask, man, is this a good deal? Because, you know, it says 250 pesos, but that's less than $5, you're saying. So you're going to buy it, and it's cheap. It's nothing. It's from China, and you wasted 250 pesos. Everything looks like a deal over here. Elijah Van Warmer says 10,000 baht is $290. Yeah, but 10,000 pesos is only 180. But remember, the only way you're going to appreciate the value is to look at things in the baht or to look at things in the peso. You're not going to get the true value looking at it in dollars, because your money does go a long way in Thailand too, man. You'll be surprised. I stayed in Pattaya for 2 nights. Okay. I was steps from the beach for $19 a night. And this wasn't some ramshackle place. Hot and cold water, aircon, nice bed. I was steps from the beach for $19 a night. Which you can get the same thing here. What's up, Joseph Asbury? Thanks for that super chat. He said, great to see you again, Cal. Hope all is well. He said, I got a question. If you could do it all over again, what would you not spend money on? Oh, man, that's a great question. I wouldn't spend as much money on these women as I've spent. Most of the money that I've spent over here has been on women. And because it doesn't take as much as I've spent, okay, for them to make them happy. I've overspent on women, you know, but to be honest with you, okay, I would have to say that, because this house and lot that I built, I'm obligated to do that. I'm compelled to do that because I've got a daughter, man, and she's probably gonna live at least to be an adult over here. You know, and then she can make her decision she wants to go to America or not, but I'm sure she's going to grow up here in the Philippines. So I was compelled to do that. I had to do that. I think that's money well spent. But the money that we spend on our woman over here, we just overspend. We bring that tricking mentality over from the Western culture over here. And it doesn't take anything near what we're spending over there to make women happy as it does to make women happy over here. So yeah, that's that would be, um, because you need the transportation, really. Um, because Joseph, nothing in my house costs over $300. See, I learned that real quick. You're not gonna come in my house and see an 80-inch screen TV. You're not gonna see any of that stuff. You don't have to do that. If you remember where you are at all times, you're gonna be fine. You're in the Philippines. It doesn't make sense to me. My living room furniture doesn't cost $300, and I've got a nice living room set. It's bigger than that little bitty tiny toy looking furniture they sell over here. My refrigerator, nothing. My television set. The only thing that costs more than $300 in my house is those air conditioning units that I bought, and I only use one. I only use one. I'm gonna come back to that. Hey, thanks, Neil Ramratton, for that super sticker. Okay, he says, I want to go to this one. Maxton Barber says, Cal, will you go over child support there and ex-military, finding out about possible children that's adult now? Well, there's a channel that's kind of, remember I did the video with Gail? Well, this couple, I think it's called Philippine Life with Leah and Blair. They've taken this niche and they really created something great out of it. I was trying to help Gail find her father, which I did. And that's what they're doing. They're helping Filipinos and Filipinos up in Luzon find their fathers, but they're doing it through DNA and all that. They're not really going to the lengths that we went. It's not a whole lot that you can do. I mean, because remember, if the father, if he's not going to get involved with the process, it's nothing. I mean, just because their father's an American or British or whatever it is, they have the right to citizenship, but it's a process that they have to go through. Now, child support, like I was reading the other day, the woman, if you have a baby by a woman in the Philippines and you go back to America, she can seek child support, but it's almost impossible. She's got to get a lawyer over there. The child has to be a citizen of America, and then she may have to show up in America, on the petition. She may have to show up in court. So that's going to be the big obstacle, but it can be done. That's something I would talk to a lawyer about. There you go. Have a nice day. Says AAA International Driver's License is only $20. I got mine in 10 minutes. Habit, what's up? He said, peace. What's the name of Michael's channel? It's called The Beach of Life. But I think he's only got one video right now. I don't know what his problem is, man. Him and his girlfriend, I mean, they shoot some great footage, man. And he's like a genius with that drone. He took Franz Procio Jr.'s drone and just, showed out with it one time. We were way up in the mountains above St. Carlos City. Now, he lost it. And it was some tense moments because it was a brand new, like a $1,400 or $1,500 drone. I mean, because Michael took it way far. He took it to its limits. But then he put in the coordinates, and next thing you know, that thing comes out of nowhere, man. But yeah, he could have some great channels. And see, he does things I don't do. He drinks occasionally, he smokes, he goes out to the girly bars and stuff. He can show you a side of the Philippines I can't show you. Neil Ramratton says, Cal, your community is small but solid. You talk about topics other bloggers won't touch, and that makes you a lightning rod. And see, I appreciate that because, like I said, there's a Philippines expat born every minute. Somebody's watching this right now, man, on one of them other channels. They see all the life that we're living over here, and they say, man, I want that. I think it's my obligation as a blogger over here to give them as realistic of a view as possible. I can't just give them one side. And I think that's where the disagreements come from. You know, people are saying, oh, you're not giving them the full story. Well, you give them the other side. But I don't think it's something that we should be fighting over. It's a bad look over here, guys, you know, when you see that. And then, you know, the guy sent me the link. I didn't punch on it. Because even though the guy's a legitimate blogger who made the video, whenever you start making vlogs about other YouTubers, man, your credibility goes down. And you kind of too early in this. It's just, you know, I'm just giving suggestions to a young brother that needs it. You know, your credibility goes down, man. You don't want that. Because when you get over here in Southeast Asia, wherever you are, we need each other, man. That's the whole point of my community. I'm not fooling myself because I've been in the situation before. I was very, very fortunate that that guy came out of nowhere with that 50,000 pesos or whatever it was. But more than likely, if you go broke over here, it's going to be the expats that's going to save you. Okay, and that's why we need each other, man. You know, Isaiah Allen says, what do people expect not to learn from someone living in the Philippines, sharing the reality, good and bad, of life? Women and living in the Philippines, no need for pushback. Listen or don't listen. Yeah, see, that's all I'm saying, Isaiah. That's exactly what I'm saying. We can disagree and still get along. You're going to see something, your perspective of what you're seeing is going to be totally different than mine, okay? A lot of people come over here and they see a rundown country. I don't see a rundown country. I see people doing the best they can under some trying conditions. That's what I see. But you're never going to say, oh, Calvin's lying, he's selling dreams, he's pulling my leg, trying to get me to come over there and, you know, this and that. You're never going to be able to say that because I'm not going to do that. People are showing up. See, these guys who are selling dreams, they're the ones who are coming under attack because people are starting to show up over here. And they're not seeing the women at the airport laying down on the ground with a bouquet of flowers. Okay? They're not seeing that. It just disappointed me, man. We had the big time YouTubers, man, all them views, man. That's 1,100 people watching. And that's the best y'all can do is give us an argument about women over here, relationship, and what type of women is over here, what type of women, you know, how they act. Come on, guys. Hey, Sincereline Aurelius. He said, kids and moms take so much time and money. Does she want the can? Does she want the can more than me? Probably, as far as I know. I don't understand that. Robert Dane said, don't do over there what you wouldn't do at home. Think long and hard. This is good advice, but this is what I don't understand, Robert. Some of the men who come over here and visit me, they're probably some of the most successful people I've ever met in my life. But they're putty in the hands of these women, and I don't understand why. Even when you try to give them the information, they're still putty. They have a power over Western men over here that we can't seem to break. So when somebody gives you the real truth about it that doesn't fit in with that guarantee that you want, you get offended. But you end up losing a lot of money. Okay, she says she wants the kid more than you. The Global Vagabond says you don't make women happy, you just start the process for them. Determine which strategy they will use to drain you. I don't understand. Okay, I've already informed you. The Filipino wants the commitment from you online before you ever get over here. She wants you to commit. I'm saying you don't have to commit. It's too early to commit. That's on down the line, maybe a year, maybe never. But she wants you to commit. All you have to do is stand your ground. We got to have a stand your ground law over here in the Philippines for foreigners. and say, call they bluff. What are they going to do? You know, people, they say, hey, I hope Merlin's not mad at you. Mad at me for what? I made a mistake. But guess what? I'm standing my ground. You want to leave? Go ahead and leave. Merlin's not stupid. She knows in her mind what happens if I walk out that door. You know, she knows it. You know, and I'm not taking advantage of anybody, anything like that. But you gotta, okay, play that tape all the way. Okay, you want to make them type of judgments right off the bat. It's, oh, it's my pride, and I'm leaving you. You know, you was with another woman. You better play that tape all the way through. Okay, and they will play that tape all the way through if you stand your ground. Hell, I believe it or not, our relationship is better now. You know, because what happens is, guys, let me tell you something. Let me share the real deal with you over here. We spoil these women so bad over here that they start sleepwalking. They like zombies over here. They doing shit automatically. You got to shake them awake sometimes. And sometimes going out there looking at another young woman or something like that was just the thing to shake their ass up. Because you watch what I tell you. You know, it's too early in your relationship to be pushing back on me and say, oh, Kelvin, that's not in my relationship. Hell, you only been with her for what, 6 months, a year? She's going to start sleepwalking on your ass. And you need to do something to shake her ass up. And the best way to do it over here is to go out there and start looking at somebody else. They'll wake up real quick. The blowjobs get better. Everything gets better, guys, okay? We're talking about us. I'm trying to help the men over here. The Filipino, guess what? They're never going to tell you this stuff on the video. Guess why? Because they talk about it amongst themselves. They got a hell of a support group. And that's why, unless we get our shit together, it'll take us 1,000 years to catch up. The Beach of Life said, that's a great perspective, Isaiah. Alan, the dreamers that are never going to come here often are the ones that want to push back before they even get boots on the ground. Yeah, see, they're always going to listen to try to trap you. Oh, I thought you said this, I thought you said that. I did, I said it both. That's called the 360. But we need to stand our ground over here. Well, this is yes and no here. This is yes and no here. He said, if you're a loser in the U.S., you'll be a loser in the Philippines. That's not necessarily true because we live in, this is a total different culture. A lot of women over here, they look at what we call saps and simps over here as gentlemen. They expect that from a man, from a Western man. So, you know, that's why you see a lot of guys over here who are losers over there. They become winners over here. They do all kind of stuff over here that they're unable to do in America. You know, I wasn't a loser over there, but when I came over here and you take that big ass weight off of your shoulder, you immediately take off, you take flight, man. You start doing kind of your creative juices flowing. You start taking chances you never took over there. Life does get better, man. It changes you because you're in a whole different environment. So, if you over there, if you smoking weed and you're a crackhead over there, if you don't get help and you come over here, you're gonna be a crackhead. So what you're talking about, a loser, I don't know, but I wasn't a loser. But I've seen guys who wasn't doing so well over there. They come over here, now they're on top. It's a whole different environment, man. It's a whole different atmosphere. Hybrid 711 says, the Beach of Life, that's cool. Give us a title so we can follow you. Thank you, Tita Cha. He said, it's the viewers that make all of you YouTube vloggers. It's up to us to demand a debate and a subject that we supporters want to hear. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is what I've been saying. If it wasn't for my viewers and subscribers, I wouldn't be nothing. That's why when people are like, man, you're the same as you are when I come over here, as I see on the screen. Well, what am I supposed to be? But it's not the case for a lot of these guys. They have become celebrities, man. A lot of these bloggers over here, men and women, they don't want you near them. You can't get the time of day with these people. They don't realize that you can cut them off just like that, and they'll be right back to where they were before. They're not humble, but you're right. You know, without the viewers and subscribers, we're nothing, man. He said, Mama teaches baby to talk like a monkey and you got no idea what's going on. I'm in Thailand, it's scary. Well, I wouldn't say that, man. Come on, guys. We got to be a little bit more respectful. Because you do have the ability to learn the language. I learned enough to be respectful, but I really don't want to know everything they're saying because it's going to get me in trouble. Okay, and remember, they don't know everything I'm saying either. They only think they're experts in English. They're not over here. I'm misinterpreted all the time, and I'm glad. I don't try to correct them. I don't want them to see the error of their ways. I don't want them to catch on to what I'm saying because it could be trouble for me. It's the same way that I don't want to know exactly what they're saying, but I'm going to respect them. I'm going to respect their language and culture. I'm not going to say talk like monkeys. Come on, man. Hey, Joseph Asbury, thanks for the super chat. He said, as a follow-up and outside of women, residual expenditures like utilities and food, how often do you go to the market? Do you go to the wet market or the mall to get your food? General average cost monthly. See, that's a great question. This is what these guys with all that experience on that live stream could do for us. But you're right. Okay. My utilities, my electricity now runs anywhere between 4,000 and 8,000. It just depends if I'm there. Because when I'm there, that air conditioning stays on 24 hours. Okay. Food, Maryland will go, we get our fish from the market. Fish and vegetables from the market. The chicken we get from the store. Okay, so on average, if Maryland went to now remember, they deal in kilos over here, Joseph. So the fish that we like, it's equivalent to what red snapper is. It's the same thing. They call it lugao over here, the favorite fish of man over here. It's like the equivalent to red snapper. It's 380 pesos per kilo. So that's 2.2 pounds. Okay, that's going to last us for 2 days. Okay, so like every 2 days, Maryland may spend 500 pesos at the market. So times 15, okay, you're looking at 15 times 30 days. You're looking at about 15,000 per month. That's about 200 and something dollars. And then I spend another about 300. So let's just say $500 a month. That's a lot though for food. But I'm earning on the high side. Because remember, 6 of us, me, Marilyn, the 3 girls and her mother most of the time. But for a guy coming over here like you, see, that's why when you talk about, well, what's your budget? What's my budget? It's all going to be different. You're not going to have a household of 6 people. But I stay away from those malls. Everything in the mall is expensive. The groceries are more expensive because they're paying that big rent. So if you go to a standalone, save more like I do here, a standalone grocery store, like if you're in Cebu or Manila, you can go to those SNRs and all those places. You're going to save a lot of money. But always get your fish and your seafood and your vegetables from the market, from the wet market. And the last thing that's on my list, the reason why men fail over here, is we have no plan. We think we can wing it over here. We just come over here. All we do is we buy that ticket, and that's what the live stream is going to be called at first. But I put this in the live stream. should I buy a one-way ticket or a round-trip ticket? Look, guys, it's a troubling trend that I don't know who started this. And I don't know what bloggers put it out there, but a lot of you guys are buying one-way tickets with this onward ticket. And some of the onward tickets aren't even real. They got a website you can go to and buy a fake onward ticket that'll get you through to the Philippines. Well, number one, you're not saving any money. You're breaking the rule. The first rule of traveling overseas is to make sure your butt got a way back home. See, with that round trip ticket, a lot of times it's going to be less or about the same as a one-way ticket. And then you try to stretch that sucker out for as long as you can. The airline will allow you to do it because you don't know what's going to go on over here. You don't know if you're going to have a medical emergency over here. You don't know if you're going to like it over here. But you guys buying these one-way tickets, man, y'all guys are asking for trouble, man. You're breaking the first rule, man, of international travel. You have to have a way home. Now, I get it. Once you get situated over here and you say, oh, I'm comfortable, I can deal with it. Yeah, then you go ahead and let that round trip ticket expire. But you guys, you new guys are coming over here with one-way tickets, man. Stop that. And these onward tickets, man. You know, come on, guys. This is the type of stuff you would never do at home, but you're doing it over here. You know, it's crazy, guys. Don't do that. But we have no plan at all. The only plan a lot of you guys got, and I can make a video on it if I wanted to. If all you're coming over here for is a date, man, you're wasting your time, man. Don't do it. If that's your plan, it's just to come over here to meet somebody or to get married or get engaged or to find me a woman, we say, man, you're wasting your time. Why in the world? I'm going to take a page out of my commenter. He's a troll, really, but I let him stay on there. He said, Calvin, he sent me an email. He said, if you have to go 8,000 miles to get a woman, you're a loser, he says. And I have to agree with it. You know, you got to come over here, man, have a plan. And it has to be a lot more than just to meet a woman. And then what? You know, what do you think this woman's going to do for you? That's why I don't understand. Why do y'all think something outside of you is going to change you? Because once that 3 minutes is up, because it's about, by the time y'all get over here, y'all so thirsty and so, you know, you haven't sexually frustrated, you're not going to last much longer than that with these women. And they know it. They can take whatever you got for 3 minutes. Then what? Then what? When you finally get all of that anger and frustration and everything out of you that you've been carrying around with you for all these years, months, or whatever it is, now what you going to do? See, so we have to have a plan. Where are you going to live? How am I going to live? Am I going to live in a province, a city, apartment, house? Am I going to buy it? I'm going to lease it. What am I going to do? What am I going to do with my time when I'm over here? Where am I going to go? What's my activities? You know, how often am I going to fly back home? Am I going to volunteer my time? But we don't have any plan. We just buy the ticket with all the information on YouTube now and social media. There's no excuse that we don't have a plan. But most of us, and be honest, man, if you got a plan, if you don't have a plan, raise your hand. That's the truth. You don't have a plan. Retired 2019 said, angry guy, if a woman likes you, there will be less problems. Just be upfront with the woman. We're not going to be upfront because we want the pussy. A lot of us, that's all we want. So we're going to tell her whatever she wants to hear, okay, to get to home base. Okay, that's what we want. So we're going to tell them everything we want to hear. Do you got kids at home? No. Are you married? I've never been married. You know, you have a vasectomy? No. They're not even going to ask you that, but you're not going to tell them. The Beach of Life says, my girlfriend goes to the store for groceries and she brings me back flowers. She's courting me. Edwin says, some guys need their shirt to stay on when at the beach. Jeremy House says, help and preach that. Yeah, we need a plan, guys. The Ghost of Pennsylvania, he says, I'm a Sigma male and an introvert, so most women have a hard time reading me. Well, you're calling yourself a Sigma male, and if you I can't argue with you. I can tell you what psychologists say, that we're a mixture, and sometimes you exhibit alpha male traits, beta male. There's no such thing really in Sigma male traits. They come up with this stuff, man. People have become millionaires, gearing content around this alpha male stuff. Look at this damn Andrew Tate, man. I'm starting to listen to more and more what he got to say, because I'm trying to figure out why is he so damn popular. I mean, I know the persona he puts out there, but hell, he couldn't even keep himself from going to jail. If you're not that powerful if the people can just show up with some trucked up charges and throw you in jail. And I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying, I'm trying to figure out what is it. And I see he's a dynamic speaker. He's got this image, but can you really duplicate that and be successful? Do you have the Bugattis? Do you have all that stuff, the millions of dollars in the bank, the millions of followers, the notoriety? Do you have all of that where these beautiful blonde women gonna follow you all around? They're following him around for the same reason women follow me around over here. Because to them, I've got something. Remember I told you that it's not a bad thing for Filipinos to think you're rich over here. It's not a bad thing if you know what you're doing, if you know how to conduct yourself. It's not a bad thing at all. You're gonna get into places where you normally wouldn't be allowed. Doors are gonna open for you that were shut before. But that's the only reason they following him around. Bruce Jones says, wife found property near Batangas. I'm bang. Be living there soon. Looking forward to the last lap of my life. Can't wait to see you. Yeah, see, you get it, man. We're in the last lap of our life. I'm going to stand my ground, okay? My father told me something when I was 16. He said, if you ever get caught fooling around your woman, because we don't call it cheating. We're men. We're hunters, man. I don't know who came up with that word cheating. I'm not married anyway. I don't believe it's cheating unless you're married anyway. He said, fool around. He said, don't ever admit to it, because they'll never let it go. Okay. I mean, they'll never let it down. They'll never, you're going to pay for it for the rest of your life, right? Well, over here, I'm 60. I'll be 60 if it's God's will and the creek don't rise. I'm in the fourth quarter of my life. I'm not with all that land. So I admitted to it. But he was exactly right. But guess what? I'm standing my ground. If you want to leave, go ahead. But you're not going to leave. You're not going nowhere. I'm going to call your bluff. Leave. Okay? And that's all we have to do. Stand your ground over here, guys. And you're going to see your life get a whole lot better when you're dealing with these women over here. But they know that you can't stand the thought of them taking that pussy out that door. What you have to understand is it's 1,000 women lined up waiting to take her place. Literally to take her place. But they know you're pussy whooped because they did it. That's their only chance of keeping you. And all these guys who are talking about, oh, I got the perfect woman, it's because they're whipped. It's because they're whipped. Mike Dawsonville said there's a big difference between a simp and a gentleman, man cow, and a gentleman cow. Well, over here it's not. They seem to think that that's okay, that he's a gentleman, because they're not used to men over here exhibiting those traits. Okay, we come over here and we bring a lot of stuff over here into their culture that wasn't there before we start coming over here. Like putting these women on these big ass uh, pedestals. I mean, they're so high you can't even see the damn woman anymore. We put them way up there, man. They walking around like they're, you know, royalty, man. Knowing good and well that if anything ever happened and you left, it's back to the squatters area. It's back to the plywood shack with the metal roof. And I'm not talking about anybody. I'm telling you reality is what I'm saying. So stand your damn ground. No, when a man comes over here and starts spending money, man, he's looked upon, Mike, and I think you know this, as being responsible. That's the way to look at it. He's responsible. He's paying all the bills. He's taking care of my kids. They're not even his. See, we'll call somebody does that over there a simp. Over here, he's considered a gentleman. And he may have the nicest looking woman around. Wow, it's went up. Motivation echoes at today's USD 5603. Yeah, it makes me a winner. But you have to know how to take advantage of that. So let's just go over some stuff. Why men fail in the Philippines? Number one, we said because we don't listen and take suggestions well. We don't want anybody telling us anything. I'm 61. I'm retired. I can do what I want to do. I don't need your advice, Sunshine Shoulders. You know, I'm not you. You can't tell me anything. I know what to do when I come over there. And we end up failing. They end up getting ran over, man, by a truck over here. They don't know what hit them. You have to be able to take suggestions, man. You have to remain teachable when you're on the other side of the planet. We're on the other side of the planet, man. We're not in the Western Hemisphere anymore. Things work a lot differently over here. Don't you want somebody to at least show you the ropes and then, okay, you make your decision? But we come over here, man, we shut the door. We don't hear nothing you got to say. So that's the number one. Number two is women, absolutely. You know, that's got to be on the list because of all the things. They got 1,100 people talking the other day. I mean, watching. The most I've ever seen, I didn't think 1,100 people, only time they watch something like that is if they're watching like the Super Bowl or those live streams where people watch the Super Bowl and stuff. This guy had 1,100 and almost 1,200 people watching, and they were arguing about women, man. It's not all about women, guys, over here. It's about you. You're the party starter. You're the prize. You're the diamond, man. You're the catch. But because you see it coming from me, you say, I don't believe it, Calvin. But it's true. When you get over here and you see where a lot of these women are coming from, man, they're putting on a front for you. That's what they're doing. They need you to want them. They really need you. They really, really need you to want them. They'll do anything. They'll say anything for you to want them. It's imperative. Otherwise, man, they're going to be stuck in that situation. You guys don't understand what it's really like over here. Like I said, I never put anybody down, but I'm just telling you the real nitty gritty. How people live over here is tough, man. Most of the people you see over here, they don't have a real job. They're getting paid under the table. 100, 150 pesos a day. And then they got to wait 15 days to get that. Sometimes the pay is late. So she knows what you're bringing over here. But we make it all about the woman. It's automatic you're going to have a woman over here. I don't care if it's a good woman. I don't care if it's a bad woman. You're going to have a woman here, guys. So we have to quit making that the focus. All that experience, they couldn't even tell me where to buy a damn popsicle. They never even told me how to buy a damn, nothing. They're sitting there arguing about women, man. There's no budget. We don't have a budget. Or we can't stick to the budget that we've got. A budget is not the money you earn every month. A budget is the amount of money that you've decided you're going to spend per month. You're not going to go over that. For my rent, for my food, my utilities, entertainment, for my woman, okay, if you got one, which, we made that the focus. So you're going to have a woman, and then you say, I'm not going to go over that. But most of us, we just spend until the money's over with. And sometimes by default, we have money saved because your rent is going to be cheaper. But if you don't change your spending habits, you're going to make up for that some kind of way. Remember I told you, I did the video about the Philippine government is giving away free money when you get over here. That went over everybody's head. They actually thought when you got on the plane, they're going to be giving checks. No, I'm saying your living expenses, when I'm talking about your lifestyle, your living expenses are going to go way down. I was paying $900, a little bit over $900 a month for rent when I left America. When I got my first apartment here, it was $200, less than $200. So that was a $700 savings right there. That's what I'm talking about. But once I started dealing with women, Maryland, that 700 shrunk. It shrunk. It went way down really quick. I made up for it some kind of way. Sean Jason's brother shows got the game. This is just my life over here, bro. That's all I'm saying. I'm no smarter than anybody else. I think that's part of my attraction, but it just baffles me that these guys never even reach out to me and say, hey, Sunshine Shows, you want to be on the panel? You know, because I would do them. I would, if any of them want to be on the panel, on my panels that I have, you're welcome, man. I welcome the knowledge and the wisdom because I know it's going to help some people. And I know I'm going to steer it away from the woman and start asking them other questions. You know, that's why I want that guy Ed on here. I really want to know about Cambodia because before the Philippines, a lot of people were talking about Cambodia. Bacala Will says, fact of the matter is there's only a small percentage of guys even remotely concerned with the price of utilities or groceries. Most will never come, and those that do will only be on vacation. Yeah, but you still have to put the information out there for the people who are coming, because more are coming now. More are coming than before, but you're right. The actual numbers bear witness to what you're saying. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't put that information out there. Okay, because we should. Because people are showing up over here, man, more than I thought. Yeah, very small percentage become expats. That's a fact, or retirees. But we need to put the information out there, because let me remind you, a Philippines expat is born every minute. Every minute, man, somebody's making up their mind. They're coming over here, they're gonna live. They see the way we're living over here and everything like that. And they want that. Yusuf says, I feel like going there for vacation is a pure waste of money because then I'd be coming back home to the same old bullshit. I would hope I would go to the Philippines to stay, otherwise it's a waste. I wouldn't look at it like that. I see what you're saying, and that makes a lot of sense. You know, you're saying, oh man, I'm going to over here and get treated so well for 2 weeks, now I got to come back. That would be more incentive because that's what it did for me to get out of there. But if you only got 2 weeks, man, I would come over here, man. It's worth it, man. It's worth every penny that you have to spend. Yeah, I understand what he's talking about, a loser statement. You know, a loser, well, that's subjective. What is a loser? What do you consider a loser? Somebody that doesn't have more money than you? What's a loser? He didn't finish college, or he's broke, living at home? I don't get it. What is a loser? Big Daddy says, hey, Cal, when will marijuana be legal in the Philippines? I don't know. That's something that I wouldn't look forward to. Now, I did see where one of the senators is trying to push through some legislation for medical marijuana, but man, there's a drug war, there's a raging drug war going on over here. And so I don't see that happening. And remember, man, this is the most religious country on the planet. I didn't say it. There's more people here that believe in God than any other place on the planet. Philippines is number 1. I think America's number 3. But yeah, so Timothy Grissom, Cal, I thank you so much, brother. I live in Houston, Texas. I'm in the process of coming to the Philippines. You helped me so much, you have no idea. Please keep doing what you're doing, nothing but love. And thank you, brother. There's another brother from Houston, man. So many of y'all from Houston, Texas. But I appreciate it, man. I just share my boots on the ground experience because I know people are coming. I know there's a Philippines expat born every minute. I've got to give you whatever I can give you, but I'm going to give you the 360. I'm just not going to sell you a dream and get you over here. Then you're looking at me like Mike. Yeah, he really thought women was going to be lined up at the airport waiting on him. Dude, come on. You're going to have to make a little effort, but it's a lot less effort than you have to make over there. See, when I tell you that a woman is the least of your worries over here, for some reason you don't believe it, but it is. You know, when you use that word easy, it can get you in trouble. See, people take it the wrong way, but it's a whole lot easier here to get a nice looking woman than it is at home. Okay, it's probably the easiest thing that you're gonna have to do. You don't have to worry about it. Why are we focused on that so much? Why are we worried about that so much? We can't tell you enough that it's gonna happen. You know, just take your time. You know, it's not meeting a woman, it's meeting the right woman. You're gonna meet a woman, but it's gonna take 4 or 5 times before you meet the right woman, because you don't know what a good woman is over here. You know what a good woman is over there. And on the other side, the flip side of that is you don't know what constitutes a bad woman over here. So they're all going to look good to you. Okay, until she runs off like the German national, like his woman did. You know, she's going around giving men massages. She was looking for a way out. She rubbed the right body and she ran off. Yeah, and Sasha Bass, fashion model, film producer. He said, round trip tickets. Facts. Rule 1, have a plan. Speak the truth, Cap. It's a fact, man, but it's a troubling trend that's going on, especially these older guys. I don't know who's putting this out there. When they talk about the throwaway ticket, guys, they're talking about when you're making your visa run, not when you're coming over here for the first time. You don't know what you're going to find over here. You buying a one-way ticket, man. It's the wrong thing to do, guys. I promise you. Don't do that, man. That one-way ticket, boy, will get you in big trouble. Robert Dame says, I'm not giving my story to every man, but you can put me in the hot seat when I get there, Sir Calvin. Anything, much respect. Absolutely, man. You know I'm going to roll out the red carpet when you get here, brother. He said, Big Daddy said, I'm going to need to smoke some weed to deal with this BS. Well, you know, over in Thailand, man, they got the weed. One of my friends, I consider him a friend now, he's putting some videos. He's over there now for that Songkran. Is that how you pronounce that? Festival in Thailand, man. And he walks in the weed store, he buying weed. He said it's so good over there. He smoked it. He didn't wake up till 4 in the morning. He missed the whole day. Well, I'm in the hotel. I'm in the Tip Top, my little hangout when I'm in Dumaguete, man. I don't spend a whole lot of money. See, that's part of my budget because most of my time, as well as yours, really, the whole point of the Philippines is going to be, it's the outside. I'm going to spend most of my time on the outside anyway, on the beach, or something like that in the mountains. I'm doing something outside. I'm just not going to spend $200 a day for a hotel. But I'm in here, so I'm on their Wi-Fi. Really, it's doing damn good. Doing a lot better than I thought. Hey, W Secrets to Success Vlog, thanks for that super chat. He said, supporting Cal. I, along with others, can confirm he's the same guy in person. Enjoy the various cities, even though I don't think it's on my list for future retirement. But I definitely visit again at some point, man. Thank you, man. It means a lot, man, because you're the real deal. You one of those guys who would check me if I was giving some bullshit on the line, and then you come over and you see something totally different, right? I mean, the Philippines isn't for everybody, but that doesn't mean it's a bad place. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be the same guy in person as I am on screen. I don't know anything else to do. But a lot of these guys, y'all have made them celebrities, but y'all treat them like celebrities. I mean, you know, some of these big YouTubers, 100,000, almost 200,000 subscribers, man, you can't get the time of day. They won't even return a comment from you. You know, but y'all made them that way, you know, and you get what you deserve a lot of times. These guys are nothing without us, without y'all. You can be the biggest damn band in the world. You better come out with another hit record. Are you going to be done? So that's why, to keep relevant, they talk about women, because they know if you're a YouTuber in Southeast Asia, if you want views, you talk about women. If you want a following, you give people the real life experience over here. And that's where I am. I'd rather have a community of 3,000 strong than all those subscribers, because subscribers don't mean nothing. And all those views and stuff. You know, I'm not gonna sell out, man. I'm not gonna sell out. And that's what people are doing over here. They're selling out, but only talking about the women over here. Hey, Dave Diaz says, I tell you, Cal, we've lived with these feminist Western mindset, and we get so programmed, we become paralyzed and literally cannot move our own feet out of the door. And I think you make a lot of sense with that comment. We're afraid to move. I know you're afraid to move over there, and it transfers to over here. But remember, you're not over here. There is no Me Too movement over here. You want to respect people, but you can smile at women and you can say, hey, how you doing? You look nice today. You can say that over here. Filipinos are very approachable. They're very friendly, man. They're very nice. Al Rogan, I said Rogan. He said, drugs in these Asian countries is death sentence. Don't do it. Yeah, don't do it, man. Don't even take a chance. Sangren. Yeah, I thought it was Sangren. Yeah. But he's over there. Now, British expat in the Philippines says, I get in hot water when I suggest Americans are leaving the Philippines. But I don't understand. What do you mean they're leaving? I saw that video title, but I didn't listen to what you were saying. What do you mean they're leaving? They can't handle it over here? Are they running out of money? I mean, when I say why men fail, I'm not just talking about American men. I'm talking about all men that fail over here. We want to, you know, we don't have a plan. We come over and we try to wing it. Al Rogan says, if I could live at beachfront resort, Philippines is a no-brainer. You can. You can. I mean, you can find, the last time I was in Siquijor Island, me and Marilyn, we stayed at a place right on the beach. And he was renting out some of those places to foreigners. They weren't Americans, they were Europeans. One guy was paying him $20,000 a month for that apartment. I was like, wow, I'd give you that. But he's filled up with the properties that he's um, renting. Now the rest is Airbnb, because right now it's the high season over there, which I didn't know it was a high season in the Philippines. But he said, yeah, it's a high season now. But I would pay $20,000 for that. I would pay him $20,000 for that hotel room or that Airbnb he's got, just because it's a beachfront. Okay, yeah. Now, see, TJ says Songkran. He says, I miss Songkran. I go fairly often, since it usually falls near occasion on my birthday. Usually Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Pattaya, since the more lively, the better. Yeah, he's all over the place, man. They're drenching him with water. And Timothy Certain says, Hotel Essentia in Dumaguete is good. Just go there in person and get their daily rate, not on the internet. Okay. Hotel Essentia. What part of Dumaguete is that in? He said, would you rather have $1 million or 1 million friends? Spurling Evans says, stay the course, you'll be all right. Dana Milton says, the Philippines is like my Filipino. It may not be perfect, but it's perfect for me. I'll tell you, for me, it's the people, it's the culture. It is, guys. I'm going to tell you something. Guy, when I did my video, that short video, I said, when I told y'all that I was leaving America because I had a fear of getting killed, I was serious. He was talking, saying, yeah, he was saying that all the crime in the Philippines is just as worse and this and that. Look, as a black man, I'm giving you my experience, man, on that video. I'm not talking about everybody. As a black man, I feel much safer over here in the Philippines than I do in America. I don't know at what point did I reach that. Probably in 2004 when the SWAT team kicked in my door by mistake. But I'm pretty sure I felt uncomfortable, unsafe there a long time before that. But I don't feel safe there. I feel safe here. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm still here. I can't speak for everybody. When I make those videos, I'm talking about myself. Okay, the thugs are going to get me, the police are the stress. That's my triangle of death, guys. I don't know what your triangle of death is, but it's over there. Wherever you're from, that's my triangle of death. Look at what's going on over there, man. If the police don't get you, the thugs are going to get you. Look what happened in my hometown. The guy, it's a mass shooting at the bank, but they don't consider him a thug. They consider him crazy. But then, just yesterday or day before, also some thugs that came through Chickasaw Park and killed 2 people and injured 4. They just shooting in the crowd. That's the kind of stuff. I would be in Chickasaw Park, man, if I'm in America on a hot day, driving around in my convertible, saying hey to my friends. I would have been right there in that crowd. And knowing my luck, I'd have been shot. But of all the weapons that the Philippines has over here, they don't have mass shootings like that. Okay, he said they just finished. But just because the Philippines isn't for everybody doesn't mean it's not a bad place, because it is. Bumps and bruises brought something to my attention that made me forever avoid any Thailand versus Philippines argument. It's just too much to see. You're not seeing enough of each country to even make a real intelligent comparison. You just find your niche. You find your sweet spot, what it is, whatever it is you like to do and what makes you happy, and you run with it, man. But these arguments, man, he said 8 or 9 places where foreigners go in Thailand, and that's it, Calvin. They don't go anywhere else. He said over in the Philippines, you can't put a count on it. It's too many places over here. There's so many places over here that should be on the map as must-see places in the world, where people over here don't even go and see them. They take it for granted. I don't know why more people don't come to the Philippines. They're afraid. We've got people, I mean, the Western media, I mean, we've got them afraid to come over here, man. Terrorism, kidnap, all that stuff that you will never even experience over here. But there has to be a reason. But more and more people are starting to show up. And I'm going to tell you, in the next 10 years, this is going to be the go-to place because of the internet and everything like that. People are going to get over that fear. They're going to say there's nothing to fear but fear itself. What happened? Are you? How much? Okay. How much? How many copies? No, I mean, oh, just one book. How much?
All of them. 1 peso per friend.
Okay.
I don't know how much it is, but
Hold on, everybody.
I get the
what kind of cover?
It's a color blue, but it's thick.
Okay.
Then I'm going to send the pictures of you
So
to
put,
the Gmail
okay.
and the disclaimer because the top is
Okay. So she found the book binder here in Dumaguete, which is great. See, this is what having a woman like Marilyn, you know, like I told you earlier in my videos, that at my age, yeah, those young women, they look good, but they can't get anything done. At my age, I'll be 60 years old. I need a woman that can get things done. That can go out there and talk to people. One thing that my wife used to make me so mad about, she was too afraid to talk to people over here. I'm like, it would seem like I was the damn Filipino and she was the American. But see, Marilyn's not like that. She knows the questions to ask. She gets it done. You know, I was like, hey, when we go to Dumaguete, you think you can find a place that will print this book? Mike Dowdy says, I agree, Calvin. Within 10 years, tourism is going to boom. I live just north of Boracay, and I see more every day. I believe with the internet and social media and everything, people are going to say, well, hell, I'm already over here in Vietnam already. I'm over here in Thailand already. Why not go to the Philippines? You know, why not the Philippines? That could be, if I work for the tourism department, I could come up with so much stuff, man, to get people to come over here. I don't understand what they're afraid of. I've been over here, man, over 14 years on and off. This time, almost 5 years consecutively. I've never had anything that even resembles trouble, man. No one's ever said, go home. No one's ever said, speak your own language. They've always rolled out the red carpet for me. I'm talking about the people and the culture. I'm not talking about the women you're going to deal with specifically. I mean, some of the most beautiful beaches, mountain ranges that you ever see in your life, man. The greenery here is just unbelievable, man. It's like a big farm, but people won't come. They want to ban it at, it doesn't have a good infrastructure. Well, why doesn't it? What are you trying to build, an atomic bomb or something? Whatever you're trying to do, you can do it over here. Look, I'm in Dumaguete in a 2-star hotel. Really, I'd say 1.5 because the damn hot water heater doesn't work in the bathroom, and I've got good Wi-Fi. But yeah, guys, I got to get off here because I got to check out of here. I want to thank y'all so much for your super chats, your super stickers, your thumbs up, all your support, man, for Sunshine Shoulders, man. This is more than just a blog, man. This is a community. I've got to give out information. Sometimes I got to be a reporter. Yeah, but most of the time, I'm just going to share with you my boots on the ground experiences. Look out for this book, man. It's just going to be the first volume of some short stories I'm writing for people who like to read. They're interesting stories. They're based on true stories, okay? The first book is going to have 5 stories. The setup, Till Health Do Us Part, Thrill of Peanuts, Honesty is the Best Policy, and then what's the other one? Where, okay, no, that's only 4. It's another one. No, I said the setup. to help do us part, Filipinas, honesty the best policy. What's the other one? She got me where I can't remember. There's another one. What is it, honey? Let me see. This might be it right here. No, that's honestly the best policy. Well, guys, there's 5 great stories, okay? They're going to be, I'm going to offer it on the ebook, and I'm going to offer it for people in the Philippines. If you're over here, any of my subscribers over here, you want a signed copy, it's going to be a paperback. The proceeds, some of the proceeds are going to go toward my spin wheel, man, giving back over here, okay? And then the other is I'm going to try to get me an SRV, you know. That's probably the only way I'm going to be able to get a permanent resident visa over here. Okay. But thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it, man. Look for my next video. And I think I've got a subscriber coming too. I'll be back in St. Carlos City today. I've got to check with immigration. Well, not immigration, but at 12 o'clock, I got to go to JRC. I let them handle all that now. For me, I pay them 1,000 pesos and that's it. But I'll be in St. Carlos City. I think I've got a subscriber showing up today. But if you're ever in St. Carlos City, man, you come through there. You got 2 nights free in that in the guest house, man. You can eat with us. You can do the whole Philippine experience with us if you want to. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time.